Hi everyone, my name is Kvndra. I'm an electronic musician and live act, and today I have the extreme honor to have the amazing Fabian Laute with me here in the studio. Fabian is an incredible live act. He plays psytrance, techno, that kind of genre, and he played a lot of shows already throughout Germany. He played Fusion Festival, one of the biggest festivals, and a lot of other festivals as well. Zugvögel, you've been hearing his music. It really blows my mind. And the crazy thing is that this whole setup here is completely improvised. And yeah, today Fabi will walk us a little bit through how he plays and how he makes his sound and his music.
Thank you, Mars, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Should we already dive in?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of like we're seeing here? What are we looking at?
We're looking at first, I would say, an instrument. I think lots of live setups tend to be sometimes a bit sparkled all over the place. I was trying to actually fit it into like one case, as you can see. Split up in a couple of parts. All my sound generation is done, so to say, analog or digitally, for example, with the Digitone. So all my sound sources are actually hardware units, and everything then runs into the iPad, which I use as a mixer and as an effects unit, also to just record it and all this. So, which is really good to work with. I will show you this in a minute. But yeah, everything you see here is modular gear. As you can see, I have two MIDI controllers here, the FaderFox MX12 twice. And I have this Digitone, which does my sequencing and also more complex sound design stuff, which I like to use on stage. And this is basically my keyboard. So lots of people are always asking, do you launch clips on this? No, I don't. So it's basically just my keyboard. It's layout more or less like a bass guitar. So you have your octaves here. It also has a built-in arpeggiator, and I split it in two, so I can actually control or play two synths at the same time from the same surface.
So the red buttons are one synth and the blue one's another one?
Exactly. The red ones are always bass, and the blue ones auto-assign to different tracks that I can choose on the Digitone, which is really quick to work with. So I can just choose a track and it automatically sends MIDI to that track. So yeah, these are basically the parts. I have something little here on the side, which is the microphone I use on stage, which I built very recently in collaboration with ChatGPT, but I'll show you that later. So yes, everything runs here into the iPad, and I'll just go through this super quickly because it gets very much into detail if we dive deeper into it. So you always have an input, then you can input different plugins between the input and the output, and the output can basically be everything. You can, as you see here, create submixes with mix buses and everything, so it makes it super easy to actually get a very clean mix when working with lots of hardware, which often people I find struggle with. I have all the controls mapped to the MIDI controllers, so I don't have to touch the screen while performing, because I just feel that touch interfaces are just a bit slower than hardware interfaces. Also, you have to look where you go and all this, so I control it completely with MIDI controllers. And that basically brings me to the first part that I would like to start with, is how do I do the drums. So I said all my sound generation is done with hardware, and that is not true maybe. Actually, my drums are done with samples inside the iPad.
Fair enough.
I was working with an analog rhythm until a couple months ago, but I was switching to a plugin that I now use. It's actually quite nice. It has a circular interface, so you don't have your regular linear sequencer view.
Okay.
And it's quite easy to work with, super fast. I think all the drum patterns I've been using this year, which is like, I think 10 different drum sets with patterns. I can just show you quickly the drum sounds, how it works. So a kick drum here, then this is, I will get to this later, it's just a filter. I would have a hi-hat here, a clap here, super simple stuff going on, second clap, just to get some drive going, shaker. Here are some special effect sounds which I actually never use because I always forget which ones are on these. So
you can get yourself surprised. Just pull it up and see what comes.
You hear it's like some organic stuff.
That sounds nice.
And this is what I use to make fills. I have another fader for this one here. So it's just 16th into delay, into a reverb, which I can also adjust the decay of it. So you can use it. You can use it inside an arrangement, but you can also like open this up just as a riser, which is quite nice. So yeah, this is my drums, mixing, as I was showing you. And the second fader Fox, these are all filters, they're all low pass filters. I have them basically on every instrument I use. The Digitone only sends out stereo, so I only have one low pass filter for the Digitone, of course, but I have a low pass filter for this module going on. I have one for this module. I have this is my riser, or my fill, as you were remembering. I have one for my 303, one for the Digitone, and one for this. So every synth has a separate low pass filter. I also have one for the voice. These are basically as on the drums. It's not decay here, of course. It's just different effects, the reverb, delay, all mapped a little bit differently, but this is basically my effect section. Here on the left side, in orange, it's a bit different. I have a high pass filter here, which basically high passes my bass line, my kick, and all the drums. So if I would need to build like a quick drop, quick arrangement changes, I can just pull this up and you immediately get like this feeling of having a break, you know, the low end is gone and all this. So it's quite nice either to just get into break quickly or also get out of it. You can just pull it down. It's really nice to work with. I have a little reverb send here for the whole mix, just to give it this feeling of rising somewhere, you know. So I usually pull this up, then I give it a little bit of reverb, or also when it's like playing strongly, not in a break or anything, I can add some reverb on top to already tell people that something's coming. So this one is actually quite nice. It's a plugin called Transit by Baby Audio. I basically have 6 different presets for transition sounds that I have been mapping here. So this is like a noise riser and high pass filter and reverb added. Here I have now, I can just quickly bring in some drum sounds so that you can hear it. There's like some stereo stuff going on. I have like delay. Yeah. Some distortion, I don't even know what this is.
Ping-pong delay.
And then you can go back into what's happening. Yeah, that's basically it. I also have the voice here. Let's just quickly go through that. I've built this quite recently. I didn't want to be stuck using a microphone, like a stationary mic, because I cannot be here and play everything. Just visually, it's not even possible. So I've just put 2 contact mics into this thing that I had from like a workout package, neoprene thing. I attach it to my neck, and then I send it into just like vocoding stuff.
That's so crazy.
You can also adjust the pitch and go up and down. So yeah, this is this here.
It's stuff like that always gets me excited. Like building something from this training equipment and saying, well, I just put 2 contact mics in, and now I can make live vocal effects on stage.
Yeah,
which is
it's
crazy.
Super easy. I was also singing a bit on stage at some point, but just figured it's too much cognitive capacity that it costs me. So I've been really just setting one pitch for it, so it's all that in, and I can just use words, whatever different sounds that I make to add this vocal quality to the sound design. So yeah, quite simple, very nice to work with. Not yet trademarked, so yeah, go for it. I'll just very quickly run through the voices and I will show you my bass lines. I have a pedal here on the floor just to be able to quickly bring it in and out. It's just a trigger switch. So this is my bass line. It's just a very simple analog oscillator, just one wave, nothing crazy going on, and a transistor ladder filter.
So you can also open it, right? Okay.
This, yeah.
Okay, and here you have a marker where you kind of like
Yeah, this is like, because sometimes it's quite hard to see live, and also, I mean, I'm now playing with quite good indie monitoring, which is very nice, but sometimes it's just good to see where your reference point is, you know, because sometimes you tend to open the filter for way too much for a long time and just ruins the mix a little bit. So I've been marking this as like, this is where it should be, like, most of the time.
Okay.
And this also has effects on it, so I'll just quickly show you how it sounds when I add the effects.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been working on this effect chain for a long time, so it's not super complicated, but it's a very special mix of things going on, and it gives this just this very nice wide space while at the same time being quite tight. I have modulations going on here. This Euclidean sequencer, Euclidean circles, which basically triggers my bass line, so I can very quickly go from something like this to like more bouncy stuff.
Okay, cool.
And on top of that, I have one sequencer dedicated to generating an envelope that opens the filter a bit, which just gives it a bit more groove, a bit more rhythm. Super quick to dial in, you cannot do anything wrong, so very easy to work with. I have another layer for the bass, which is just another synth voice that receives the same pitch as the bass, and I can also dial that in on top.
Nice.
To generate even more stuff. It sounds like this, so it can get yeah, it can get quite rough, but it can also be very smooth.
It's super nice. And it's also sequenced by the sequencer, right?
Yeah, it's exactly this one is sequenced here by this sequencer. This is just a trigger for the bass line. It's just right now just a regular rolling bass. And this one is a sequencer for the accents in the filter cutoff. I have a very nice replica of the TB303. Which I just recently acquired. Wanted to have it for quite some time, but it's not being built anymore, so I had to find it somewhere. And I'll just quickly give some reference here. So yeah, sounds nice. I love the sound of it.
Sounds really good.
This is, we already had that, that's the top layer for my bass. Then I have plasma voice, I'm still getting into it a little bit. It's also quite, yeah, it's many possibilities. I just quickly record something. So very nice, just very much fits the sound design of what I do. I like that it's actual plasma going on, so
yeah, it looks really good.
The fourth, I don't know how you say it in English, but the fourth mode of matter, so to say, the aggregate, just also very symbolic, keeping up the things that usually fall apart. So yeah, I like this a lot.
That's cool. One question, because speaking about recording, because you just dialed in the sounds.
True,
so, I mean, you told me this last time, but correct me if I'm wrong. This is your MIDI controller where you play your sounds and you play it into the Digitone sequencer, correct? So you set kind of like your step length here, then you hit record, and then you just play here, and then you kind of like stop record and keep the sequencer running, and then basically you have the notes in and can start to shape the sound.
Exactly. I mean, I usually start from a blank state. I mean, just recently I started to at least prepare something for the first minute. So when I arrive on stage, I have some time to just press play, set things up, be there, you know, and arrive. So, but after that, every sequencer is completely empty. So I just have a couple of presets that I know that I use, but everything is played live. I usually, as I was doing now, you know, just recording a sequence with a live record mode, which goes like this, you know, and just play something in. And this is what I do for 1.5 hours. Play with the filter a little bit, and when I want to have something else, I just delete the sequence, record a new sequence, change the sound a little bit. I play stuff here. I can play all these things just from here, from the left side, as I was showing you. For example, if I now go to track this one here, which has the 303 on it, it plays the 303. If I now go to the track with the plasma voice, and now plays the plasma voice. Very easy.
But you have an arpeggiator activated here, right?
Yeah, correct. Good as they say it. I use the arpeggiator of the instrument. It's just very easy. It's just one button. I don't want to get into like menu diving stuff, so it's much quicker. Yeah.
And the good thing is, if you play into an arpeggiator, everything is already kind of like quantized.
It is quantized, yes. So, I mean, I also play stuff without an arpeggiator, but then it gets very brave. But then it gets quantized inside the Digitone, like so. Yeah, nothing can go wrong really. I have this synth voice here, which is one of my favorites. I think it's the Cursus Iteris Alia by Noise Engineering, just run through a high-pass filter, the carbon with some resonance and drive and fold on it. And I can change its parameters while using this joystick. Here it's just a black joystick by Erica Synths. You can basically use everything else, but this is super nice because I can give you a little example of how it works. Just add some rhythm for reference. I play an arpeggio here, for example, and I can adjust the decay and some other parameters of this by just recording the joystick. So I could do something like this. I usually also set it up in quite odd lengths, so it does drift a little bit. But I really like the sound.
Can get really dirty.
Yeah, it's very screaming.
Okay,
it has vocal. I mean, it's a very all kinds of FM sounds that you would use in psytrance usually. I feel like it covers this territory as good as possible inside a modular system, and very quick to work with. Nice to have it like in a percussive way, to also have it screaming, like, or have one shots here and then. Very nice. Then last voice for this thing is just, I just deleted what was there, so it's just a supersaw. I really like these trancy supersaw things going on, so I can also just play it here, would sound like this.
So more for the melodic progression.
Yeah, exactly. I would then also just record a bass line over it. I'll show you with some more bass. So yeah, this is now trance going on basically. Can also get very nice and can also get very nice monophonic sounds of it. Add some effects.
Wow. Okay, that is pretty impressive.
Instant gratification. Very nice to work with.
It's crazy how quickly you get something going, but I think this is the whole idea behind this, right? To be quick and get results very quickly.
If I not even think, if I just have a feeling of where it could go, I want to be able to hear it immediately and to set it up immediately. So it's super quick to do it in this way. I mean, of course, it also needs a little bit of practice trying to...
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but this is very immediate. And for me, a pure fulfillment on stage to be able to basically translate my intuition into something that you can hear without going through menus or programming stuff. Yeah, very
awesome.
Very intuitive to work with. So yeah, that's basically it. It's all my sound generation going on here. Lots of people probably already know the digitone, so not gonna get into that super deep, but...
I've made some videos about it.
Yeah.
Just some.
I mean, it's just one of the greatest, most compact FM boxes of all time. Super happy about this. Sound design possibilities are great. I use this for everything that comes on top, so to say. I use this for something like steps, like... just massive things, so to say.
Yeah.
Things that are a bit deeper, a bit more complex, that I can get it out of these things without patching a bunch. So just sounds very nice.
Yeah.
I use this kind of like more plucky sound on this.
FM is great for that.
Yeah, velocity sensitivity is also very great, which I don't really have on this. So
okay.
Yeah, using lots of plugs. Another plug. What do I have here? I have like a... pad stuff going on. What's this? Again, something like dum dum. I use lots of very short sounds because I like to have many layers, and otherwise it just gets too muddy. Yeah. So I really like to have, for example, I can just try to improvise something real quick. Just resetting the bass line to the root. So I would, for example, just have and then just add maybe one synth on top, for example, like this.
Which one, which synth is this now?
303.
Okay. Ah, yeah. Holy shit.
Add some more drums. So
Wow.
I just really enjoy adding little layers here and there.
Yeah.
And like this.
And it brings it really to life because you add, you add the layers all live and then they just come in when you press the buttons and it brings a sequence of different sounds together, which I really like. So all these sounds are coming in and they are kind of like played at different times, as you say, so they don't eat up too much space in the frequency spectrum.
Exactly.
So very clever.
Yeah, I mean, it's this whole thing is very focused on how my human body works, at least. So you cannot, I mean, I could layer 10 things on the same count, you know, but since I play this live, okay, I play something and then I switch my track. So then I play something else, is automatically like a patchwork developing that just fills in gaps here and there and carries through the thing. And since I can very easily also like still play with very essential parameters here while I do this, for example, it's just can feel very organic, I think.
Yeah.
That's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the rundown. This is crazy. And honestly, I would love to have a play with that.
Yes, I would invite you. Yeah.
Okay. Should we get a jam going?
Yeah, but we'll start from clean state, so no pre-recording.
No pre-recordings. Okay.
That is not happening here on the setup.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you could just take care maybe of starting up with some drums. Yeah. I will also play in for you maybe this 303 voice, so you can also we'll just see where it goes.
Okay.
So right now I would like to play this. So you could just bring up the fader which says 303. Perfect. Oh, we need a mic. That would be for you now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Be a slave of my synthesizer.
I love to.
This gets into a different direction here, but I hope your fans will like it. So put your chin up a little bit. Yeah, like that. Perfect.
Like this?
Yeah, it should work. This is your voice fader.
Hello. Good to see you. Let's go. This is completely crazy. Man, I love this. Thank you so much. This is incredible and so much fun. Or actually, this is quite tight. This is like we do some real bondage stuff on stage.
I adjust it sometimes depending on the day. So
yeah. No, really, thank you so much. This was an
thank you.
Absolutely amazing demo. Please, everyone, Fabian Laute. Link to the socials is in the video description, so please follow him, check him out.
Thank you.
If you ever have the chance to see him live at any festival that you're going to, please do, because I can tell you it is incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
It would be lovely to see you guys.
Perfect, thank you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this kind of like little bit new format. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and as always, a sub to the channel is appreciated. And yeah, I can't wait to see you again in the next one. Take care.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.